Daniel Caesar, singer-songwriter from Canada who specializes in R&B music, just put out his new album a couple weeks ago, I think, 3 weeks ago. I don't know. It's been a bit, but not too much. It's called Son of Spurgey. Very interesting cover, very interesting title for this album. This is a guy who I love dearly. I mean, anything he puts out, I am locked in, man, listening, because this guy has put out some of the best music really ever, not just in R&B or in pop. You might know him from his hit with Her, Best Part. That was a complete banger of a song. Well, banger in a different way. It's one of the most beautiful love ballads of all time, or at least in modern times, if you want to be that guy. But I love Daniel Caesar. He just put out his new album. I loved his previous album. Just all around great stuff. But anyways, he just put out this new album. It's fantastic. I think it's some of his best work, honestly. And this particular song that I wanted to react to today is, it's probably in my top 5 easy Daniel Caesar songs. This song is most definitely in my top 50, top 25 songs that I've ever listened to, like, of all time for me. Like, it's that good. This song's made me, teary-eyed at times. I've listened to it over and over and over again. I just have to talk about this song. I just want to share it with all of you. I'm really hyping up this song, but trust me, when you hear it, it'll be worth it. The song is called Who Knows by Daniel Caesar.
I'll probably be a waste of your time, but who knows? Chances are I'll step out of line, but who knows? Lately you set up in my mind, yeah girl, you and I like that. Lately I've been thinking that perhaps I am a coward, hiding in a disguise of an ever-giving flower, incompetent steward of all of that sweet, sweet power. Yesterday was feeling so good, now it's gone. I feel like that always if I could. Is that wrong? Tell me about the city you're from. Is it high? Does it snow there? take that thought to the grave, but who knows? I know that I'll love you always. Yeah, girl, you and I'd like that.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? It's absolutely one of the greatest songs ever. Musically, right? The song is divine, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it is just, it's like a lullaby. It is soft, but yet so incredibly intentional. The guitars are layered and panned perfectly well. The background vocals are ethereal. You know, Daniel Caesar's background vocals are always incredible. And obviously the main verses and the choruses, they're layered. So, you know, the main vocal line is layered, so it packs a punch, you know. God, this is just one of his best songs, straight up. The chord progression is incredible, right? From the very beginning.
I'll probably be a waste of your time, but who knows? Chances are I'll step out of line, but who knows? Lately you set up in my mind.
And then the chant.
Yeah, girl, you and I'd like that.
Oh, and then that right there, it's so exquisitely amazing. The addition of this electronic, robotic sound, it's almost like something was played and then it was played backwards. That's what it kind of sounds like right about here. It's like this I don't know, robot, you know, sort of weeping. That's what it sounds like, you know, and it is. Oh, I want to spit again. Incredible, dude. Incredible. Musically, the progression's awesome. The actual melody is amazing. Right here, actually, in this pre-chorus, I guess we'll say, or verse, post-chorus? I don't know.
Lately I've been thinking that perhaps I am a coward, hiding in a disguise of an ever-giving flower.
That is an amazing pre-chorus, or post-chorus, I guess we'll call it. It's absolutely great, and you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Beach Boys, dude. Specifically the song that's coincidentally called God Only Knows. That's what it is. One of their greatest hits. God Only Knows. Specifically their melody. Here, I'll try to play it here.
I may not always love you.
It's obviously not one-to-one, you know, but obviously Beach Boys known for some high notes, and you know, very, you know, high register type of songs. Daniel Caesar's song Who Knows is in a very high register as well. The guy in that post-chorus is pre-chorus, whatever. Post-chorus is literally singing in a high register. And so that was a similarity there, but also the way that the melody moves.
I may not always love you.
I don't know what it is.
Lately I've been thinking that
I don't know. It just reminds me.
I may not always love you.
I think it's just this kind of back and forth that the melodies have. I think that's what it is. And then God Only Knows goes, you know, like it just has this sort of similarity. And is it a coincidence that Beach Boys song is called God Only Knows and the Daniel Caesar song is called Who Knows? I don't think so. I think the similarities are a little too close. I don't know. Maybe this is Daniel Caesar sort of paying a little tribute to the Beach Boys. Who knows? All I know is that it's awesome. The instrumental break of the song is absolutely ethereal. It feels like you're floating. And I guess it's not a Daniel Caesar song if it doesn't feel like you're floating. Also, the bass is fantastic, specifically here in this pre-instrumental break. It's absolutely amazing. It's almost like the bass has its own character. It has its own movement. It's telling the story of the song with its movement of the melody. And it's slightly panned to the left, which I think is interesting. It really adds that dynamic, and it gives the song more depth, you know what I mean? Like orally. Absolutely beautiful. Mixed in with that, I don't know what instrument it's called. It's sort of like this piano, but like you kind of bend it and stuff. Like I don't know what it's called, but it's a vintage instrument, and it's absolutely amazing. I think it's a perfect instrument to choose for the song. The song has this longing to it, like it has this just crumbling, angst of desire to it, but naivete and innocence. It sounds like a whining puppy, you know what I mean? Like it's this is what Daniel Caesar does, man, and that it's just a beautiful, beautiful melody that, again, encapsulates the themes, the theme of the song, of what it's trying to convey. But the biggest thing that I want to talk about with this song is its sort of marriage between the lyrics and the music. It's very easy to create a great song, that has decent lyrics. It's very, or maybe not easy, but it happens. There's songs out there that are great, and the lyrics are great and it's awesome, right? But then there are those songs that manage to somehow marry the lyrics and the themes of the song and portray it perfectly in a musical way. And that's what Who Knows does. All the best songs, I think, do that. How, you may ask? How does this song do it? The thing is that the narrative of the song has the protagonist interacting with their partner, right? Or maybe he's just talking to himself or to God, who knows? But he's talking to somebody, right? He's trying to tell somebody a story, trying to tell somebody how they feel. And so always this sort of angle to songwriting or just storytelling in general is very engaging, right? And what Daniel Caesar does here is he has the lyrics and this narrative, but the music is a part of that narrative. And I'll show you. Right here, it's right in the beginning. So right here, you get introduced to everything that you need to know about the structure of the song. I'll probably be a waste of your time, but who knows? So you get the statement, right? The very initial statement, and then you get the question, right? The doubt, right? So there's this sort of certainty, but educated guess, and then you get the question, right? You get the doubt part of it, right? And then we have it again here. Step out of line, but who knows? Chances are I'll step out of line, but who knows? Lately you set up in my mind. Yeah, girl, you and I like that. Ooh. And that right there. So lately you've set up in my mind. Yeah, girl, you and I like that. That whole statement has certainty to it. This is what's happening. This is what I know is happening. But he doesn't follow it up with the question anymore. At least lyrically, but he does it musically with the music. And I like that. Right here. that musical phrase is who knows. That is the doubt. That is the uncertainty. And Daniel Caesar does this throughout the whole song. He uses it as a narrative device as well as for music. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and it's easy to think, oh, it's just gorgeous melody, but it is a part of the narrative. Let me show you another example.
Lately I've been thinking that perhaps I am a coward.
So he's thinking, maybe I'm a coward, right?
Hiding in a disguise.
All these probabilities, right?
Incompetent steward of all love that sweet, sweet power.
Then he follows it up with that musical phrase to sort of definitely mark it and be like, I am doubtful, to sort of really tie that bow on to this general idea that he may not be worthy of this partner.
Yesterday was feeling so good, now it's gone. I'd feel like that always if I could. Is that wrong?
We got a question there. Obviously, there's a lot of questioning happening.
Tell me about the city you're from. Is
Questions.
it high? Does it snow there?
Who knows, right? The answer, right? That's another thing too, is that who knows is a sort of answer, but also not. You know what I mean? Like, it's a sort of a cop-out answer. He presents all of these probabilities. I may be a coward. I may be worthy of you. Is it hot? Does it snow there? Am I a good steward of this ever-giving flower? And then the who knows is sort of, I don't know. It's almost like the answer, but it's a cop-out answer. It's sort of like, I don't know, but it's an answer, right? And it ultimately is a question, right? He has so much duality in this song. And I think one of the prime examples of it too is at the very end.
Maybe we get married one day, but who knows? Think I'll take that thought to the grave, but who knows? I know that I love you always. Yeah, girl, you and I'd like that.
He lets the song finish his thought. He has this incredibly confident statement of, I know that I'll love you always. Yeah, girl, you, and I'd like that. And he doesn't follow it with a who knows. He doesn't anyways, but the music does. In other words, he does. Obviously the music is his expression, and it's the unsaid, lyrically, but it is said musically. And it's absolutely incredible. Again, so much duality, so much call and response between him and the music. And this is one of the most prime examples of how it can be done in such a gorgeous, masterful way. It's amazing. What's going on? Future Super Jesus Jackson here, just to make a little addition to this video. For a thought I forgot to mention regarding this song is this amazing musical phrase that I love, that I talk about in this video. I think it's really interesting because one of the lyrics in the song, Daniel Caesar references a computer. Like, he says, who can, how do we know all the answers? Who can calculate this? Not me. I'm not a computer. And it's really interesting how he then, in this amazing musical phrase, he uses this robotic, technical sound, to create melody in this phrase, and it makes it all the more beautiful. But it makes it all the more dystopian and alien in a way. But it really, it creates the melancholic. It really kind of is the cherry on top to the melancholy of the melodic phrase. And I think it's perfect because it creates this amazing duality of, we wish as humans that we could be as proficient and as decisive and as assertive as a robot, as technology, but humans were burdened by consciousness and choice and morality and ethics and, weakness and insecurity that allows us to sometimes make bad mistakes or good mistakes, or, and we have anxiety, and that affects the decisions that we make. And we can also sit here and just think that the world's going to end, or, be pessimists, be cynical, like computers and robots, they don't have that. They just have logic and statistics and data, and they go from that, and they almost kind of go to the world. They deal with the world in an assertive way. And so I think Daniel Caesar marrying those two contradictions, in this one musical phrase, it perfectly encapsulates what we wish human beings could be. Oh, how wonderful would it be if we just didn't have uncertainty, if we didn't ask questions, if we just knew, and we had no problem choosing something. But that's not true. That's not our reality. And so with the analog instruments, along with that electronic aspect, to this phrase, Daniel says all of that, right, in that one phrase. So it's really cool. Why does this song mean so much to me? Well, one of the main reasons is, coincidentally, again, that amazing phrase that I talked about, that musical phrase that encompasses the who knows part of the song, is something I incorporated into one of my songs. Not entirely my song. It was a cover of Penny Royalty by Nirvana, and it was sort of my version of it. I changed the lyrics. I rearranged it from the ground up, and I'll just show you right now the similarities between that cover and this song. That's basically the chord. The chord's there, right? Right. That's basically the chord there. And if you listen to Daniel Caesar's track,
like that.
right? Same thing. And so it blew my mind when I heard that. I mean, there's a reason why I love that change of chords there. I think it's awesome. It's melancholic as hell, right? And so I think that's why I incorporated it into Penny Royalty, one of the most depressingly amazing songs ever. And yeah, so that's the first reason. The second main reason is it encapsulates everything that I am as a person. I have never been a person that has extreme confidence in anything. You know, I see so much gray in the world. It's very hard for me to, I mean, there's some things that are black and white for me for sure, right? But like in general, I've always been sort of a contrarian. I've always been a sort of the devil's advocate type of person. I'm always thinking about the possibilities, you know, of uncertainty, of what's possible, of the impossible, of what's real, of what's not real. I think that, you know, a lot of people have ulterior motives, you know, like I have a lot of doubts with people. I have a lot of doubts in the goodness and humanity. I have so much, but yet at the same time, I have so much hope. And at the same time, I you know, it's just, there's chaos that goes on in my head, you know, and that translates to every single sector of my life, you know, from a simple interaction that I have with a stranger to my relationship with my partner, to my relationship with my family. You know, I feel estranged. I feel like the black sheep. But at the same time, I love my family. But at the same time, I don't know if they're worthy of me, but I don't know if I'm worthy of them. I don't know if I'm worthy of my partner, but at the same time, I don't know if they're worthy of me. Are we going to be together for the rest of our lives? Are we meant to be? Who knows, right? Like, is there a God? Probably not. But at the end of the day, also, who knows? Because I'm only human, right? You know what I mean? Like, should I eat this? Should I not? You know, like, oh, if I do this, this happens. And then if I put all my eggs in this basket, then this can happen. There's so much anxiety, so much uncertainty in this brain right here. And I know a lot of you can relate. And this song, not just in a relationship level, encapsulates everything that I am as a person. You know, it's just so much self-doubt, but also at the same time, and I think what's beautiful about this song is that it sort of puts a lot of the problem on the protagonist. The protagonist is almost being like, I'm maybe the problem. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be your guy, which I've been that guy, you know, who thinks that in a relationship. I still think that, you know, in a relationship, in my relationship now. But at the same time, I think it can also be turned around, you know, where it's like, is that person going to be, you know, the person for me? And he does actually have a verse like that, you know, are you going to be my girl, my shooter, right? You know, so he has that doubt as well. Like, you know, are you going to be that person for me, right? And so that's what this song does, is it's that universal idea of uncertainty and doubt that we all have, you know, the gray area in life. And the gray area can be very beautiful, and this song proves it, but it can also be incredibly nerve-wracking, incredibly lonely, incredibly disturbing, and obviously, most of all, annoying and frustrating. But if you can make it beautiful, which is what Daniel Caesar did here, then go for it, right? I love this song. Absolutely, absolutely love it. I'm curious, though, to know what you have to say. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Please let me know in the comment section below. Do you like this song? Do you hate this song? Do you have your own take of what this song means, of what it could mean? Who knows? Comment down below. Give this video a like if you like, dislike it if you didn't. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you, you beautiful creature. But I think that's it for me. You all take care, stay safe, and until next time, I love you.